So for budget players, where should you focus? I get asked this pretty often. It's probably the number one thing I get asked. There's so many people out there that are really under a budget. It's rare that you see the person that is just spending like crazy. Whether or not that they can afford it is another thing. But what about all the people who are on a budget? Whether that's no money, whether that's $10 a month, $100 a month, $50 here or there, depending on where they are financially in a given time frame. Where should they focus? And I would say that this is probably the majority of players that are out there. They're either on a budget or they should be on a budget. And I would list myself in that category for sure. So where should you spend? Every purchase, if you're going to make a purchase, every purchase should be around your tech. It shouldn't be like the worst things that you could spend on are speed ups, whether that's March speed or it's speeding up your building, it's speeding up your troops, speeds in general. It's frivolous, it's gone in an instant, it doesn't help you. Building troops in the long run, unless you're a super spender, it's not worth it. Build up to what you can protect and know yourself on that. If you're forgetful and you don't protect your troops, just don't make a lot of them. Keep only the good troops that you really need. But definitely don't spend on speed ups. Also, and that's healing as well. And so you say, well, what about the events that you're in? Play smarter. Don't lose as many troops in the events. So like Elite Wars. Don't. How can I say this? Don't throw away troops in events and then try to make up for it by spending. It's pretty much the worst thing you can do because you're not getting any better. At the end of the event, your troops will all be there for you. Don't waste your hard-earned money on something that's not going to help you in the long run in the game. If you're going to spend in the game, focus on the things that actually make you better. So, okay, with that in mind, where would you spend? Like if you had $5, I would go, on a daily special. I would not get Azurite ever. It's for budget player, smart player. Don't buy Azurite. There's better ways to get Azurite. Play the long term. Wouldn't get the Through the Void pack. This is one of the worst things that you can get because it doesn't get you anywhere. At the end of the day, you end up with nothing except $5 less in the bank. Again, speed ups, trash. All of that's garbage. Here you go. Fire Demon's Crown Fragment. Good thing to purchase. It actually gets you somewhere. It gets you better stats, and those stats stay with you all the time. Artifacts, same thing. Worth spending on. Azurite, no. This garbage. Garbage. This is good. This is beast talent. Up to a point. So think about it when you're doing your purchases. Let's say you have $200 to spend. Don't spend it, look at how much you get per dollar that you're spending. How much of this item that you get, can you get per dollar that you spend? In these games, in this game, the higher you go, the more money you spend, the less of a particular item you get per dollar of spending. So as you go up, right here, it's 100 for $4. basically. So that comes out to be 4 items. I'm sorry. That comes out to be 25 of the beast elements per dollar. And when you go up here, this is $20 for 400. So you can see that, it's worse than you are here. It should have been 25 for 16. So it's just an example, around 16. And it's worse as you go up higher. And so you do want to stick with the sales. The monthly limited superior rune stone. Look at how many items you get per dollar and spend accordingly. Don't go down, like if you get this one, don't go to the next one. Stick with the $5. Save those up and go. This is, you're on a budget. Play that way. So really, really keep this in mind. Play for the long term. Don't play for the short term. This mentality also goes for the rewards that you pick. So the rewards that you would get for Fortress Wars, whenever you go to the night shop, get things that are going to help your tech in the long run. Recruitment speed-ups, not a good thing to get here. Even though it may look good and it's really tempting because you want to have that next battle and you want to win the battle, so you want to have, maybe you're at tier 11 or tier 10 now, and you want to produce more tier 10 so that you can do better in a battle. That doesn't matter. You're going to get there anyway just by playing smart, keeping your barracks full, building up multiple barracks up to that tier so that you can build multiple sets of troops at the same time. That's the way to do that. It's not to spend your rewards on things that aren't going to get you ahead. Fragments would be a good thing to get here. Emblems possibly as well. The Titan crystals would be good here. The relics possibly. The Titan crystals again and the relics again is probably where I would go on that and not spend on any of this other stuff. The materials you can get from attacking monsters. Why spend a lot of your rewards here? Same thing goes in other places. So let's say on the Star Ruins, what you need to do every day. Burststone chest, great thing to get. Polycrystalline, great thing to get. Pretty much the rest of this is garbage. The rest of that is garbage. So spend on that. Same thing goes for the Infinite Wars, your shop here. Go for the things that are going to get you ahead. Here you go, the enchantment crystals, protolith fragments, starlight stones. Those would be the things, you have your Titan crystals and ancient relics. Those are good up to the point where you need them to get. Spend on it that way. Let's say there's a special that comes out. And again, another great way to, when you are going to spend, like don't spend, say I'm going to spend $5 a week or $20 a week or whatever that is. Wait until you have events like this. And I happen to not have spent here. I didn't spend anything here. Spend during these times whenever your spending can get you something. Maybe you're only going to get up to the 240 reward, but still you get some free stuff that you wouldn't have gotten otherwise. It's a lot better to spend then than to spend when you're not getting anything else. Being able to get these, Garden in the Sky type rewards for relatively cheap, for the same amount that you would have spent anyway, is the way to go. The name of the game is Patience. So all of these mobile games make money on your lack of patience. So to get the most out of it, the more patience you have, the better you're going to be able to keep to your budget and to get the most out of the money that you do spend. So keep that in mind. All your rewards, should be the same way. You should focus on the things that are going to get your account, your castle, stronger. Don't and stronger in a way that can't be just immediately taken away from you. If you get a new tier level of your artifact, no one's going to take that away. If you spend the same amount of money on heals, you spend the same amount of money on decorations for your castle. What am I doing? Spending the same amount of money on these are worthless, right? And in one day, this is going to go away. This 5% attack boost will go away. Spend on things that will get your, let's say, your Elder Titan leveled up, your Colossus leveled up. It will get your artifacts, get your Garden in the Sky. Garden of the Sky, you're going to get from, like I said, rewards from events. So most of them are spending events. So spend whenever you can get those secondary rewards. All right, so I hope this helps. I hope this answers that question. Like, what do I do when I'm on a budget? Where should I focus? Man, just focus on tech all the way. Forget all of the other mess. Forget the events that do the math, right? So some of the events like the pony event, if it's not going to help you get the rewards that you want, don't spend on the event. If you're only going to get halfway to where you need to get, don't waste money on it. Because then what's going to happen is you're going to get halfway and you're going to say, well, man, I already spent $30. Now I need to spend another $30 to get where I wanted to get, or it's a waste of money. So then you go outside of the budget that you had set, which is equally as bad. So be smart, do the math, take your time, be patient, spend on the lower end packs, spend whenever you get a reward for spending, which comes up there's several different ways that happens. This is just one. The People's Shopping Spree. There's the other Alliance one that when the Alliance spends, you also get rewards, as well as rewards for just individual spending. Also, another good one, another good idea too, is if you have a certain budget, only use the coins. So only go to the Camo Play site to purchase W coins for your account up to your budget limit or less, and then only use those coins for your purchases. Depending on when you do it, you get rewards as well. So you can get some things that you wouldn't be able to get otherwise. If you can do 2 or 3 of those things at the same time, like use W coins while you're in the People Shopping event, and you're only getting the lower end packs, you're going to end up getting the most out of the money that you spend, and that's the name of the game here. All right, so I hope this helps. Take care.